All right, welcome into the half. My name is Aaron Montgomery. I am standing here today, actually, next to my good friend Erich Campbell. Erich, how are you, sir?
Doing all right. Busy as usual, but hey, it is the season for that. And boy,
Tis the
are all
season.
of
Is
the
that how it goes?
I'm just gonna say all of the things are showing up really soon and quicker than I thought. Um, for anybody who knows, if you're in the trade show season, boy, Long Beach is a lot closer than I thought it was.
uh,
Anybody who's teaching knows how I feel right now.
yeah,
Um,
exactly.
I'm feeling the crunch. I'm feeling the crunch.
Stuff happening. All right. Well, comments happening here, Erich, already. Jeff Fuller, first comment.
By the way, before we say anything else, if you didn't listen to the True Regular guys this morning, it was the Reggie nomination announcements. Who's actually going to get voted on? And I just want to say congratulations, Jeff, since you are here. Congratulations, Jeff, on your nom, and as well for Adam when he comes back from school today. But first father-son duo in a category for sure. So congratulations, and I hope for success for you, man.
Yeah. Yeah. First father son duo, period, I think.
I
Category or
completely
not.
never
So that's
never
awesome.
happened. So awesome,
Congratulations. And yeah,
talented family.
Jeff and Justin were all over
Yes,
the
they were.
nominations. So
Yes, they were.
congrats, guys. Doing good work. Keep it up. Hello, Jeff. And Yo
Yo.
from our success group. And then wait. Oh, wait. Now
Oh,
he's
now
Todd.
now it's Todd.
Now
All
it's
right.
Todd. So we're good.
Yo, Todd.
Yo. All right. And then Marianne says, good morning from MAS in Santa Fe, New Mexico. It's good morning, Mary.
Good
Marianne,
morning.
excuse me. And then Ramona, what timing? It's my 30-minute
30-minute
Friday
break
break.
time.
Yay.
Hey, take a break. That is a good thing to get when you can
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
Take that break.
All right. I'm gonna see if we can get a little more light in here. I don't know what changed
You're
to a
just messing with your setup today,
I
man. This
am. I
has been
changed
like
my
a
to the stand-up desk thinking that it was going to be all gravy and no nachos. So we'll get there.
I gotta say, I'm working on mine too. I have a whole setup problem going on at the house. I need to get back to the Brilliant Studios. I haven't been there in a little bit, and I need to. But at the same time, like, believe me, that's anytime somebody's like, "Oh, what do you need?" And I'm like, the only thing I think is like, man, I gotta work on my little setup here. This backdrop is not working for me right now. I think I need to do what you do and have a scene that looks nice rather
Yeah.
than messing with the green screen. Green screen's cool, but for the home office setup, I'm thinking it's time to work on the scene.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's just one of those things, I still want to work on my scene too. I thought the TV idea was a good idea, but it's terrible. So I got to change that up. But now because there's
Cool.
a wall mounted TV there, I've got this huge hole. And yeah, so anyhow, that's a whole different story. We won't get
But
into.
believe me, the feelings that we did we ever think when we were much younger that what we would be doing is producing videos in our houses and doing this was not a thing. You didn't go to, Walmart and get ring lights, which
Yeah.
by the way shocked me the other day. You don't go to a big box store and find a big stack of ring lights because literally everybody's a content producer.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
the
Then Jeff
world is
says,
what
I
it
don't know
is.
if I could stand at a desk all day. Yeah, this is, it's one
Yep.
of those desks that raises and lowers, but it's really pain in the butt to raise and lower it. So I
Mm.
think in the studio, it's going to stay standing as long as I can get everything figured out. And then, yeah, just for the studio though. So I do need to sit down, right? I got to stretch and do all that stuff. So yeah,
Hey,
it's
nervous energy, good way to work it out. I've got a squeaky chair and then I've got to calm myself down since I'm a twitcher.
there you go. All right. So Bill says, good morning. Hello. Good to
Good
see
morning,
you,
Bill.
Bill. Thanks for being here. And Jeff says, thank you. Adam will be so excited. He might smile. So there you go.
You never know. I think you'll be jazzed, but yeah, that's it's always with kids. But I'll say this is everybody though. You're always surprised at what's exciting and what's not for everybody. You think it's somebody's going to get jazzed about something and they're not jazzed, but that that happens. I'm going to say that's also hey, those of us in the decoration industry. If you haven't had the experience of making something that you think is your best work ever and showing it to people and finding that they'd much prefer something that was not that hard, yeah,
Yeah.
you never know what's going to get somebody excited or how they're going to react.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Uh, good stuff there. And then totally a little lost on this one, Eric, but
Yeah,
Todd
because you
asked,
said I thought it was going to be all gravy, and no nachos with a thing, and he's Todd saying who eats
See, I
nachos
just
with
say
gravy.
stupid things. I don't even remember what I say. Okay, now I
Yeah,
get it.
you made a new. Yeah, I think you might have mixed your metaphors a little bit, but hey, that's all good. We're all about that here.
Yeah. Hey,
I just rode along. I didn't say anything.
I
I mean,
appreciate that.
if you were Terry, I would have given you crap because that's what I do with Terry.
Yeah,
Terry earned
exactly,
it.
exactly. Well, that's
Also,
what
because
Todd and I
Terry
have
can.
going apparently.
Well, what I'm going to tell you right now is that for everybody who feels bad when I say that about Terry, remember how many times Terry has stopped the show to make fun of my name, and you can
Yeah,
give me a little credit for why I
yeah,
give Terry a
yeah.
hard time.
I think it's all in good, clean fun.
No, it's all
As
good.
as
I
with
will say
Todd
this
calling
is
me
funny
out
though.
for yeah. And
Nachos
again,
with
I'll just
gravy.
own it. I'm ready to run with it.
Hey, why
That's
not?
my thing. Let's go get some nachos with gravy.
Here's what I'm going to tell you, which is absolutely true, though, because we're coming up on the Thanksgiving season. There are people in New Mexico, myself included, who will eat mashed potatoes with red chili sauce.
There you go. So
Now, red chili is the kind of red chili I'm talking about is not probably what you think it is, but the kind of red chili we have here, the actual sauce that we make up, the kind of the mole, we will
yeah.
eat that on our Thanksgiving dinner for sure.
I love it.
So yeah,
I
no,
love it. That's gonna
there's a
see if I
corollary.
yeah. I'm gonna see if I can make that my new thing. Something that's really good is like eating nachos with gravy. I don't know why. So people will be
all
like,
gravy,
"What?"
no nachos.
All gravy, no
We'll
nachos.
just put that on a shirt, and it has to be real, right?
It has to be.
It has to be a thing.
All right. Todd says an embroidery product needs to be hung up for
I
sure.
know.
Yeah.
I'm getting harshed right now. I'm getting harshed. Like I have got to go. I've got to do like some. I've got to make some stuff. Apparently, everybody also wants patches for
Yeah.
for the
Reggie
Reggies now.
patches. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
Coming
man, you
in
guys are.
2022,
You
maybe.
trying to. I keep trying to leave production. You keep trying to drag me
Drag
back
you,
in.
keep going to drag you back. Yep. Hello, Christine. Reggie Award nominated Christine Shreve joining us. Thank you.
Thank you, and congrats. And Brian Bailey, yes, the beauty of a green screen is you make it what you want, make it great, then just pretend you're actually there. Which, by the way,
Yeah.
thank you, Brian, for providing the green screen for
Yeah.
which I
Yeah.
use
See,
because that does help.
that's the real trick is you guys have the setup, and because everybody thinks, oh, I just stick a green screen behind me or I use the zoom function or whatever.
No, there's a
Ugh,
couple lights that are involved in
terrible
getting that to
stuff
look
going
good.
on there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have
So
a couple. Now I'll say it's not as extensive as you might think. Like it's impossible, but it does mean you have to have some splash lighting on the green screen to make sure it's even, and then you have to have some soft boxes around you. There's lights that get involved for it to work really well.
yeah. Yeah.
And that's why I think it looks so good. Yeah, Brian got ahead of that and got some stuff up. We're still working on potentially a permanent space for that in our area. We'll have to see because there's more content that needs to come out of
Yeah.
our silo as
Yeah.
well that
Yeah.
we've worked on. But yeah,
I've just
green screen is
never
good for
had
that.
great luck with green screen for myself. But again, like you said, it's all about the
It's
lighting and
good.
getting all that right. As you can tell, I'm still working on lighting. So
Hey, I can't talk about anything in my horrible, like my horrible home office space. I have been self-conscious about this for a while, for sure.
And Todd says I need one of those push button desks from IKEA. Yeah,
Mm,
I do have another stand-up desk that I need to get back. I left it at Pick the Gift and it's been there for a year. They're using it out in shipping. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna need to get my because that was a gift that I got for my wife years ago, and apparently it was very expensive. So
yeah, man.
and that one actually goes up and down easily. So maybe that'll be the fix here. We'll see. All right. And then Jeff says he's going to tell everyone he knows, talking about Adam,
Love it.
his Reggie nomination. Yep.
He deserves it.
Yeah.
If anybody should be wearing the patch.
Yep.
Come
For
on,
sure.
man. It's awesome.
For sure. I can send him the PSD file of the Reggie graphic if he needs.
There we go.
All right. So
Hat incoming, right?
Ramona says, wait, cheese sauce isn't gravy?
This is a fight we don't need to have.
All right.
That's like I'm gonna tell you the same thing when you make red chili sauce, and if you start with like a roux and then watch my countryside of me goes, oh, are we making white gravy with with it's like sawmill gravy, I guess some people call it.
Yeah.
But we just making gravy with biscuits and gravy. I
Yeah.
can't help that. I've got all that going on in my background. So
yeah. Well,
there's a lot of bad things I could make.
Yeah, I learned that, and I might get this wrong, but basically what I heard is that real Italians will call the sauce you put on the red sauce you put on spaghetti the gravy.
I've heard that before. Don't know where from. I thought that was.
I've got a couple of friends that are Italian that call it gravy.
Yeah,
so
true.
Yeah. Anyhow, yes, we don't need to get into that fight. Hello, Mike. Good to have you on board here.
Absolutely.
Ramona says isn't not it's nacho
Nacho
gravy that
gravy.
is okay.
I have
Um,
never heard cheese sauce called nacho gravy. If it is in your part of the world, please tell me because I have to know
okay.
that.
That is
Also,
pretty cool.
I'm kind of find that awesome for some reason. I'm
I
into
love it.
nacho gravy right now.
And Jeff says red chili sauce, sauced Carolina Reapers.
That might be a little much for the all
That
mashed
sounds
potatoes,
warm.
my man. But
Yeah, that
yeah,
sounds a bit warm.
I told you,
Um,
Santa Fe, she knows.
yep.
Red chili
Love
on
red
mashed
chili on
potatoes,
mashed
man.
potatoes.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
I'm
All
gonna
all
try that now.
varieties of the Thanksgiving meal have I had. Obviously, it is visible on me, but at the same time, I do like some red chili on mashed potatoes. That's some good
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Go
yep,
for it.
exactly. Todd says this fat guy will try it.
Get yourself some Bueno. They'll probably ship out there. Bueno red chili sauce, man. Get it.
Bueno red chili
Bueno.
sauce. All right,
Get some of that. It's
good to
not
know.
bad.
Good to know. Justin, congrats to both of you for the Reggie noms. So thank you very much, sir. Appreciate that.
Yep.
Christine says lighting is the worst. I'm still trying to dial in lighting for me too. It's difficult.
Yeah.
It definitely is
Yeah.
a challenge, but there's some quick tips. I think one of my biggest challenges that I'm just realizing as I'm looking at all here is when I was sitting, the lighting was fine.
Yeah.
But now that I'm standing, I didn't bring the lights up with me. So
Yeah.
that's the part I missed. We're
Well, and
getting
the
there.
thing is, there's multiple options. Right now, I'm doing the ring light, but the ring light is super, super even, and people don't always love that. And I'll say
Yeah.
that right now, I have no contrast between my background and the foreground. If you see how Aaron's got contrast, that's way better.
Yeah.
Contrast between your background and foreground is way better. And I'll say this: these days, a little ring light is cheap, and at least it's pretty even. And little soft boxes are pretty cheap too. They're not crazy expensive. Good for product lighting too. That's the other thing. You
Yep.
get a couple of soft boxes, which are like those fabric hoods that go over the lights that diffuse them. They have
Yeah,
a
I'd
diffuser on
turn
the
my
front.
camera, but it would take forever.
No, and I don't have any soft boxes here. Those are at the office that
Yeah.
Brian put together. But those soft boxes are great for product lighting too. You can bring them in and get a more even lighting because I can't tell you how many times we're doing product lighting, you're getting shadows.
Yeah.
And back in the day, that was the worst. Doing early e-commerce where we didn't really think about that gear and everything, and it was just awful.
Yep.
But now, I think it behooves everybody to have a couple of clip lights somewhere.
Yeah, because everybody thinks, oh my gosh, I've got this iPhone or this, thing that's got this great camera on it, which is true. But it doesn't matter how great your camera is. If your lighting sucks, your pictures are still going to suck.
Truthfully, yeah. A single overhead source, terrible.
Yeah.
Like always, terrible.
Yeah. Here we go.
They're super gone. They're no lighting.
Oh, wrong one. Hold on.
Wrong one.
There. Can't even see me.
Single overhead source of light.
Single overhead source right there.
Yeah.
I do have some LEDs behind the TV, but other than that.
Yeah, the single overhead source always looks
Sorry.
Also with your
with
pictures,
lighting.
doing your product pictures too, it's always rough.
Yeah.
And Brian is totally right, by the way. We
yeah.
have these crazy like command center pods at the office. At some point I'll have to tour you guys through it. I haven't gotten used to it yet. I haven't been around as much. I need to get back to the office more. Because yeah, we've got command tactical stations. It looks like I'm trying to like arm the Death Star.
Nice.
when we're sitting in them, but they're really cool.
Yeah. Sheila says it's always a work in progress to get backgrounds right. Yep, absolutely. And always tinkering, always kind of playing with new toys to put back there and things like that. I could turn on my OSG sign, but it takes batteries, and so it just eats those batteries. I had to buy it. So special occasions.
We need to do a conversion on it, man. Plug-in conversion. We can do that.
Yeah, that's gonna happen. I got time for that. Smart lights that you can tune the colors work really well for the background lighting. I absolutely hate dealing with lighting and sound. I'm gonna have to reach out to Jeff and get a little more education because I've been playing with some of that too. Like I said, I've got the LEDs behind the TV. I've got some LEDs down there that I can tune and change, but I keep kind of just landing on the glowing blue kind of looks the best for me. So
I think it's good. It's interesting for sure. Yeah, it works.
All right, Jeff, I'll send it over.
Yeah,
talking about I'll send the PSD file of the Reggie's stuff. Apparently it's a Missouri thing.
I'm assuming the gravy thing.
Maybe
nacho gravy is stolen gravy.
Yeah, probably that gravy thing. Nacho gravy stolen. I don't think we can go with saucy cheese gravy for nachos down here. Got to be real cheese. We're down here. She's in Texas, so
yeah. Though Texas, I'm gonna start a fight here because we're being funny. All right, I'm gonna start my fight. Tex-Mex has too much cheese. Don't at me.
Oh boy.
Tex-Mex has too much cheese.
Oh
I'm sorry.
boy. It's turned into this, Eric.
New Mexican food does have a lot of cheese. I think sometimes when I go to Texas, some of the Tex-Mex has like super amounts of cheese, and I'm like, that's a
That's
little
why I
extra.
love it, Eric.
Yeah, well, hey, and I know I got family from Wisconsin. I love cheese. Don't get me wrong, more
Yeah.
than I should.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's sometimes I'm like, yo, just dial it a little back.
Yep.
More chili, less cheese.
Yep.
More chili, less cheese. But that's we like I said, there's a lot of rivalry in the Southwest about how we like to have stuff.
Yeah. All
Can't
right.
do it.
So
I guess I
Sandy
need to give everybody like a link for Bueno red chili at this point because I've started a problem.
oh, nice. Yeah, definitely. So we want to try that. Justin Armento got asked about his tool. So
Yes, he finally did. So
we'll leave
Justin's
that.
3D Puff Pro tool. If you didn't know, if you didn't see him at Fort Worth, at Impressions Fort Worth, he was wearing a shirt on the back with the 3D Puff Pro logo that said "Ask me about my tool," which can be taken in multiple ways, and I'm not going to go into that any
Yes.
further.
Let's leave that where it
But
is.
I was literally the only person who said, "Hey, Justin, what about your tool?" Because I'm like that. I read people's shirts because I'm a decorator who's a little too free about reading everybody's shirts and looking at the
Yeah.
decoration. And so, yeah, for sure, that is what's going on.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So Bevy Jean checking in. Sorry late. Glad to be here. Waiting for the applique getaway. Awesome. There's going to be some great stuff happening there.
I mea culpa. Sorry, Sheila. No Tex-Mex. She says authentic Jalisco is our favorite. Thank you.
Nice.
All right.
Good for
I'm
you.
just saying that that is. I apologize. I wasn't saying. I'm not saying you eat Tex-Mex. I'm saying I've had a lot of Tex-Mex.
And then we've got Chuck saying, Good morning, Eric.
Good morning, Chuck.
As Ramon says, it was printed low on the shirt back. Can't tell you how many embroidery grannies were watching that walk away.
Oh, we can't make the embroidery grannies a term now. That's not good. That's one from my wife. She likes to tease me about my legion of embroidery grannies. She likes to give me trouble about that. So
yeah, there you go. Lyndon says, good morning, guys. Checking in from North Carolina. So guys, we're 16 minutes in, so 17 minutes in. Yeah. What questions do you have? What, we can talk cheese, we can talk chili, we can talk gravy.
Well, we were also talking lighting and content creation.
So we definitely got some stuff, but what's on your mind? What are you looking to ask Eric today? What are you looking to ask me today? What's the burning question that you've got there? So,
I am going to say one thing that I've seen that I like. How about this? I'll make a comment. We can start it off with that. I am seeing more and more small businesses here in the US say, hey, having trouble getting your stuff shipped in by Christmas, I'm making stuff right now.
Yeah.
I am seeing more people market on their strengths and not on price.
Yep.
And honestly, saying I'm going to make the best out of what's going on with the stock situation.
Yeah.
I have stock here, or I can make something with the equipment that I have, and I'm going to sell that. And I love it. So I just want to tell everybody. Oh, and by the way, Sandy, I was literally going to do this. Thank you. Go check it out in the comments. You want some red chili sauce from New Mexico? There you go. It's bueno, and you can put it on your mashed potatoes.
There you go. Sandy doing producing in the background.
Report back. Report back how you enjoyed that. But yeah, no, I think that's been really awesome. And I don't know if you've seen more of that, but I've seen more of that now, and I love it.
Yeah.
More of the small businesses who are coming up and saying, all right, big box store can't get you, Amazon can't get you what you want. Fine. We got stuff right now we can make for you. And I love that.
Yeah. So we can still make your Christmas special, or, make your holiday special wherever you stand in there. So, no, I definitely am seeing a lot of that. What I'd like to see, Eric, is more people, kind of, like I said, I'm definitely seeing it more, but I really feel like, especially in our industry, the small businesses just aren't loud enough because they don't have enough confidence in themselves. And,
I think so.
And you need to be saying that kind of stuff. In fact, you need to be pushing that, yes, there may be some situations where you don't know where you're going to get stock from, and you're worried that if you start being more active and advertising more, that people are going to come to you and you're not going to be able to fulfill the order. Well, talk about the things that you have. I point over here because I got a basement full of things. Yes. Talk about what you have, what you can get. And then when you can't get it, just be okay with going, yeah, sorry, I can't help with that. Here's the situation. I don't have those shirts. I don't think you can find that from anybody else, but it's, I'm happy to help you try. I've even heard people have situations where they go, you know what, if you can get the shirts, we'll decorate them for you.
Sure. And people who aren't usually into customer supply are being more aware of it. And also there's a whole movement of reusing or slow fashion.
Yeah.
So, hey, embroiderers, we're doing fine in some respects because we can make patches that people are used to seeing as embroidery.
Nice.
That certainly helps. I will say printing is a whole different animal because there are chemical considerations for shirts that have been washed and laundered and have all kinds of other stuff going on with them. I know we had some issues with that
Yeah.
before doing customer supply where people had used, I
Sure.
believe, a ton of softeners, and we had issues with
Sure.
our heat press doing well with
And
that.
you have to have
But,
a policy in place for
there
that
has to be
stuff,
a policy in place for
but
sure.
don't worry about if you have to say no or you can't do it. That doesn't mean that you should just sit on your hands and wait. So
No,
yeah, I
no.
agree. I am seeing it more, and that's a great positive step. I just want to see
Yeah.
even more. We
Oh,
we we
totally.
have such a cool opportunity to decorate something and make it personal for people that we should all be standing at the top of the mountaintop screaming about it. And
Yeah.
yet we're mostly cowering in caves, kind of going, "Hey, maybe. What do you think?" Huh?
Oh, totally. And no, I like this. Mike, now Mike's in Canada, but I still agree. So winter or toque season is the hat situation. So really, if you don't know, a toque is what some people might call a beanie
Yep.
or a knit hat.
Yep.
Not everybody knows that. There's a bunch of words that are used for that. But yeah, I've said the same thing. In fact, I have found myself looking for them already for people, talking to people about what they're going to do with those and knit hat stuff. And that's one of the things. It's like that's one of those things you can hold on to. It's a
Yeah.
non-sized item that it's
Yeah.
easy to sell. A small stock of a few colors of toques, beanies, whatever you want to call them, is lovely to have around. Or toque? Is it toque? Oh, I did it wrong. Toque. Thank you, Mike. Toque. So there we go. Yeah, it depends on how you call them. We call them beanies here, so I don't know. At
Yeah.
least I
Yeah.
grew up calling them
I would
beanies.
call it beanie or yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
there's knit hat, knit cap, beanies, and apparently
Yeah,
toque.
for
Thank
sure.
you. Yeah,
Hey,
toque
then
is
the
something else. Yes, you are correct. Sorry, a toque. All right,
no, toque.
good enough.
All right, good. Another comment that relates to this here too, and we'll
Yeah,
catch all the other ones too. But Marianne says, just make stuff and don't wait for orders. People will buy; they are ready. And I think that's I love it. That's the kind of attitude that I'm hoping that
for
business owners
sure.
will have. Now, don't just make stuff and then hope that they're going to come. And I
No,
don't believe Marianne's doing that.
no.
What she's doing is she's making stuff and the orders are showing
Promoting.
up because she's letting people know we got it, and she's finding out that people are ready to buy.
Well, at the
I'm making
least,
assumptions here, but that's
oh, totally. Well, at least promoting what you have in stock. I mean, I
yeah.
remember early on in my career in writing for this stuff, um, uh, there was a whole rash of experiences that I had with customers coming to our shop from other shops that just said no, but they didn't provide an option.
Yeah.
And I think we're having that now. Sometimes people are just going stock issues, and you're like, okay, but the whole article I wrote about was called like open a window before you slam the door shut. You don't just go no. It's a I can't, but it's a
Yeah.
perhaps not this, but here is this. You
Yeah.
always redirect. It's the comment I always make is it's like judo. You take that energy and instead of slamming the door in their face, which means we're gonna have a bad reaction, we redirect the energy somewhere else.
We
They're coming at us hot with this request, and we grab that energy, we put it somewhere else. Like can't get you this hat, but this is what's popular right now that
yeah.
I have. This is what
Yeah.
people have been doing. Here's what somebody in your market segment has done. Here's a fashion thing. That's the thing too. Look for trends and things that you can then capitalize on if you have access to that
Yeah.
stock. If
Hmm.
you because a lot of people they don't know what they don't know,
Yeah.
which means they don't know about options they've never heard of. So
Yeah.
we have to be there as consultants to provide the options. And that's the same thing here for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Todd says it's snowing today. Time for socks. That's a whole different story. So
Which
we'll
can
leave
be
that for
decorated.
now. Justin, I'm from Arizona. I prefer New Mexico chilies. So,
Oh man, Arizona. That hurts. That hurts. I mean,
well, I don't.
that's
Arizona's not really
chilly.
known for their chilies, though. So,
Yeah. Well, I'll say this: Colorado, we've had that discussion. They started
oh boy, see
doing
there,
those
I could
Pueblo
see the
chilies.
Colorado, New Mexico, but Arizona,
No,
I don't think I'm from Arizona, and I don't really care. So maybe I don't. Maybe it's
I
just
know.
me.
I'm just saying. For those of us who want to have a fight about that, there's a
Okay.
fight to be
All right.
had.
If you're looking for a fight, go to Eric. If you're looking for
Yep.
somebody who just doesn't care about that. All right. Marianne says tea towels are a hit for me with Christmas reindeer and just bought a bunch of aprons. There you go. Nice.
Yep.
Todd shared we had people drop ship us things from Amazon in the last week. So
Yes. I
um,
mean, that's the thing. It's like at this point we have to do creative sourcing, and I think that should be fine as long as you have your kind of process in place. Here's the other thing I wanted to comment on briefly because I see
yep.
this happening. There are people who are having issues with quoting right now, and I'm going to say if I were in the business right now selling, I would tell
Hmm.
people that quotes need to be acted upon quickly.
Yeah.
or at least give them the concept that prices are changing in a real volatile way.
Correct. Yeah.
Because
I
I'm
mean, just
seeing a
be
bunch
clear
of
about the
that.
fact. Yeah. This quote is only valid for today, right? I mean,
It pretty
whatever you
much
got to
needs
do,
to be.
only valid
It
for a
used to
week or
be that
whatever.
we could do that, but the thing is, we're seeing rises in price that are so acute and so, and I mean per piece so bad, um, that there's a big problem with the usual kind of profit margin. Let's
Yeah.
put it this way.
Yeah.
There is
And you may
a
have to split some of that, but yeah, I mean, I
yeah.
agree. Yeah.
Yeah, there's just no way. Like
Yep.
because when we have like you can split some of it, you can adjust it. But let's put it this way: when we have a rise, the thing that I saw a friend was talking about was like they had quoted shirts the night before. The person did the quote, and they were like, "All right," or the day before they approved the quote in the evening. They went to go purchase the next morning, and each shirt, and we're talking about screen printed T-shirts. The shirts were $1 to $2 more
Wow.
per shirt. I mean, it was a ridiculous amount. Now I don't know what blank they had that was that crazy because that made
Yeah.
my head spin.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like when you have something that obliterates your profit margin, you can't just take the job because you quoted it, or you need to start thinking about that quote, the time period for the quotes. It also means you probably have to be really careful about your own time and
Yeah.
about when you're sending those quotes out. If you send them out at 4 p.m. that night, and you know that those prices get revised every so often, you might want to
Yeah.
say, "Hey guys, pricing is what it is," or you need to build in some meat for that to try
Build in
and make
some
that
room.
work.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's something to watch out for. I mean, because
Yeah.
even when people are getting stock, there has been some
Sure.
volatility in
Yeah.
pricing.
And this will also bring me back to something that I always talk about is that you've got to have relationships with these core vendors. You can't just order on the internet all the time. And so, that's a conversation that you need to be having with your core vendors. If they're going up $1 at a time, hey, how do I get heads up on that? Right. I mean, I get it, right? We all get what's going on. We know how much a container costs. I mean, it's filled with that stuff. And so it's not a lack of understanding, it's a lack of communication that's causing the problem.
I think that's always it. It's a lack of setting expectations.
Yep.
I think
Yep.
that is
Exactly.
always the
I
case.
like it. Like it. All right. Marianne, I like this. If it doesn't sell, at least we have the family gifts in place. Yep. I hear that.
I feel bad sometimes for our families because I'm sure they're like, "Oh, it's another hat."
Yeah.
but,
Um,
but you know what? I think that embroidery, at least for me, has been something everybody always asks for in
there you
one
go.
form or another.
There you go. Yeah, Todd Toke is something else where he comes from.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ramona, just a thought. Years ago, the name nerd did not have the same proud, positive vibe. Us embroidery grannies are proud to be known as such too. We have the knowledge and the experience. There you go.
Hey, that's a positive
I
way of
like it.
looking at it. I think the only reason I kind of shied away from it is because some of the people who said it were maligning the fact that embroidery is only done by like little old ladies in craft shops. And I thought I like to represent everybody who's in the spectrum. But I'll say this, yeah, embroidery grannies are awesome. Older women who know what they're doing, who are in the embroidery world, are awesome. And I have a great deal of respect for a lot of them who helped me along the way and who are a part
Yeah.
of our community. So
Yep.
if you like the name, go for it. That's
Yep.
don't take it wrong that I was trying to save the name. It's more like I don't want everybody to think, I don't want them to do that thing where they kind of discount people who are older or into crafts and say
Yep.
that's the only people who are into our industry,
Yep.
and it's something and that's a bad thing in the first place. I think there's nothing wrong with that
Exactly.
either.
Exactly. And then Mike follows that up with, "Yep, Big Bang Theory made nerds cool again." So, yeah,
Yep.
that is true. My son and I were having a conversation. I don't remember exactly how it all started. It doesn't really matter. But basically, it was that he's a nerd and he loves being a nerd, and that's cool, right?
Yeah.
And so, at 10 years old, he wants to be a nerd. Basically, he wants to
Here's
be.
one of the things I'm going to say for the people who know. If you know, you know. I saw a UFC fighter doing hand signs from the anime Naruto. He was doing all the hand signs and the little jutsu and stuff, and I was like, all right, when I was younger, if I had dorky animation stuff that I liked, somebody would want to be punching me, not be the kind of guy who's learning how to take a punch. So that's it was a very different world when I was growing up. If you're nerdy and into comic books now, it's totally cool and totally great, which actually
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy about.
Yeah. And then Ramona, funny comment here. "Well, if we hear it, we will counter it. We are grannies. Hear us roar." I like it.
Go get it. Go get it. I love it.
I
That's the
love it.
energy I like from our community. And by the way, Ramona, also congrats. Awesome
Reggie
to get
nominated.
it
So,
nominated and you're in the voting.
yep.
And
You're
Gail
very
says
welcome.
thanks. Thank you.
Yep. 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 All right, Eric. Well, shoot, we're not going to have some great fun cutoff here. It doesn't seem like we're just on time, man. This is awesome.
Yeah, why do we do that though? It's more fun when somebody gets
I
cut off. I should
know.
just be
I know.
asking you a question, or I
Yeah.
should be badgering you about
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. I think you know what, we're going to change it up today. We're going to break outside the norm to keep people on their toes by sharing one last comment and then calling
Go
it a
for it.
day. So Bevy Jean says, I came from the health field as grannies of the hood to the embroidery world. So there you go.
Nice. Do it.
I
I
love
love
it.
that. Like I said, if you own it, that's the thing. No matter who you are, own it, because the thing that made you weird when you were younger is the thing that makes you cool now.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, folks. I think we're still